Welcome to the Jag Nation Network. I'm Joseph Dex. How are you doing today, Cade?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for our very first ever pregame show ahead of
Correct.
the last senior night game with Leonard Brumfield against Columbia. So first I want to open us with a title ad sponsor, Advanced Building Products. It's owned by Mr. Jared Prescott. His number is 225-806-9724. And Mr. Branson Schwabel, former tight end for Southeastern Louisiana. His number is 225-436-0006.
Thank you for that, Cade. Look, so I'm excited for tonight. Personally, you get to see senior night. Leonard Brumfield. He's just meant so much to this program. Let's talk a little bit about how much Leonard's meant to this program. Not only just his play on the court, because in my opinion, he's a top three defender in the MIS. So he's a great defender. He's totally leveled up his game to where he could score this year at an efficient level. He's been averaging around 11 points, so he's in double digits. He has 6 rebounds, along with or 6 rebounds. He's averaging 6 rebounds and 3 steals,
I think like 4 assists too.
4 assists. Yeah, so he's been incredible, just to say the short. But how much has he meant to this program? Just
Leonard,
even off the court.
yeah, he's a great locker room guy. I love Leonard. I know him on a personal level. I know he'll be there for anybody on this team. And, well, Lee said it this great defense. He
Defense wins
yeah,
champions.
yeah. Friday he
Championships.
proved it.
Yeah.
He locked up Brewer Caruth, a Southern Miss basketball commit, held him to something around like 10 points, I believe.
I think he had 15 on close to 10 shots. So Brewer's so good that he's going to get his own. But Leonard, I think Leonard did a good job on him. But let's move into our advanced building products, building for the future segment. Let's open up with the JV girls. Tell us a little bit about what the JV girls have done this year and what they just did against Columbia.
JV girls have played great this year. They're as of about 5 minutes ago, they beat Columbia 35-28, and that improves their record to 19-1.
And that's not a bad team either. Like
Yeah,
that's a really good JV girls team. Both very well coached, and it was a close game for a reason. It was serious until about the last minute, and then of course teams start fouling, and um, but look, yeah, 18-1 is not nothing to mess with, okay?
and their only loss came to Jackson Prep. That was 51-18 win for Prep. That was at Jackson Prep on December the 12th, I believe.
Yeah, they're a different animal at prep. But 10-0 in the last 10, and most of the last 10 have been conference. So look, they've been going crazy in conference, just to say the least. They've been very good. But let's talk about the couple of stars on the team. Start off with Ashlyn Wilkinson. For the JV girls, how good has she been this year?
Ashlyn has been a great contributor to this team on both sides of the floor. She's been a great post player and have scored the ball on all three levels, especially from like I said, in the post. She's guarded the paint extremely well. Great play overall. And you want to talk about Malia Petito?
That's a score, and I mean I've talked about her a lot. Really good. She knows how to score. She can just put the ball in the hoop. That's all we say. Look, she just has this one jump stop, gets it off the rim, and 2 points. So I mean, look, she works extremely well with Reese Hastings and Callie Henson, who's now in the starting five. Let's talk a little bit about Callie. She's a really good point guard. I mean, she
She
dictates the offense so well. Reminds me a little bit of Rayleigh Wascom, and just a gritty type of play style.
Yeah, she's great at facilitating, getting in to her spot and spraying it out to an open shooter like Emily Lynn.
I agree. Emily Lynn, a great
Yeah.
scorer too. Part in the starting five. She can get down and guard. She is an extremely good defender. And look, that's why the last 5 games you played, you won Silliman 39-30, Park Lane 33-20. You won 31-25 in Brookhaven, held Bowling Green to just 22 points, and that was at home. You go to Columbia and you hold them by 13, total them to 13 points. So and that's at
Yeah.
Columbia. So I mean, look, when you have defenders like Emily Lynn, Kenley, Ashlyn, Reese, I mean, they've all been extremely good this year, and that's why the record's at what they're at. And look, let's move into JV boys. They're 6-15 right now. Their last 10, they went 3-7. Tell us a little bit about the JB boys' struggles this year.
Well, they've struggled putting the ball in the basket. I know they can score because I
They're,
think
they're a really good
yeah, they're
defensive
really
team.
good.
I'll say that. I mean,
Especially point guard Michael Passman. He's done a great job locking defenders down, and especially at Brookhaven, he did a great job in the first quarter. I don't think he allowed one bucket.
correct. And I feel like that was more of a winnable game. That you just lost in a couple last seconds. Believe you were up 5-6 at half, and then you extend your lead in the third a little bit, and then the last couple minutes of the fourth, you just let it slip away, and ultimately lose by 8. Um, but look, let's talk about putting the ball in the net. Braxton Wascom,
Oh yeah,
he could shoot. He could shoot the three ball. We know all about him.
Braxton reminds me of Jake DePaulo on the varsity team. Uh, he pure shooter, can get down and guard like you say. Great perimeter guy too.
And also just a really great guy overall. Love Braxton, and I'm excited Braxton offers in the future. Talking about, let's move to Bryce Barrios. Bryce Barrios, his defense at Tom's is just unreal. And I'm excited. Honestly, this is our building for the future segment, so I'm excited to see what he has to offer in the future. I feel like he can be a really, really good player for us coming in varsity.
Yeah, I said this about Callie Henson. He's great at facilitating too. He's your small forward, but he can
And
get
he's
down
gonna
and
get
score
you
with the
six to
goal.
eight a game. He'll get you a couple of points that just need in clutch time. He's a clutch player to me. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but
Great
when you
result.
need a bucket, I feel like Bryce Barrios is going to get you with one, along with guys like Braxton and then of course Michael. Um, but look, let's talk about how good Michael can pass to this guy Cooper Hendry. Cooper Hendry has been really good, especially just not just putting the ball in the net, but he's been really good on defense. He's done a great job against some guys who have a little bit bigger frame than him, and I feel like he's done a good job limiting them.
Um, let's talk about Ross Turner, the power forward. He he's done a great job stepping into Kay Perkins' role. Actually, Bryce fell into Kay's role and Ross turned into the four. But he's done a great job spacing the floor. Can shoot it well, guard. He's your definition of a six man stepping up.
Yeah, I agree. Ross, the brother, excuse me, of Carly Turner, is a great varsity player. We'll talk about varsity girls in just a minute coming up in our second quarter. But look, Ross has been really good this year. I like some of the things he's done offensively. He's a really good defensive player, which I feel like helps us defensively. He grabs a couple of rebounds a game. So he's just going to be a guy who does really good for you.
Great at boxing out.
Correct. He just does all the stuff that a coach likes. Um, and it'll still get you 6 to 8 points a game. But look, we'll step aside here at Jagged Nation Network and be right back for our second quarter varsity interviews. All right, and it's Coach Richie joins the show. How you doing tonight, Coach Richie?
Pretty good. How y'all?
I'm doing all right. I'm just excited to see y'all play tonight. So you got to win to get in game tonight, and all the pressure is on. It's at home against a good team in Columbia. How are you and the girls taking the challenge tonight?
I I believe we're ready for it. We had a couple of pretty good practices, or good practice yesterday, and hopefully we can build off our game against Silverman on Saturday, where I thought we played pretty well. You know, and it was just it's what you want. You want to you'd be in your hands, not somebody else's, and it's definitely in our hands. So
I agree.
let's do what we got.
The Lady Jackets got a chance to control their own destiny. But I'm glad you talked about building. At Park Lane, you go there, you win 64 to 53, excuse me.
Right.
Um, that was at Park Lane with a rowdy student section. I feel like that was y'all's best game of the year. What can y'all take up, and in Coach Curtis's words, bottle up, taking into South State?
I mean, just like I say tonight though, we got to make sure we get
You
in.
got to
But
take care of business
oh,
tonight.
and no, just that night. I mean, it's just like everything was flowing and everything was, defensive wise, we executed on both ends. We just got to get back to where we do that more consistently. Like we have times in about every game where we're executing on defense, executing offense. We hadn't all put it together like we did that night. That night, I just think everything come together, especially in the second half. And hopefully we can do that again.
All right, well, good luck tonight, Coach Richie. Thanks for
Thanks,
the time.
all right.
Advanced Building Products. Have fun, make money, give back is the proud title ad sponsor of Jacket Nation Network, located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on Telesmar Avenue. They carry all roofing applications, drywall, and metal studs, with customer service being their main priority. Owned by Mr. Jared Prescott and Mr. Branson Swable. You can contact them at 225-806-9724. A&B Motors. Why buy new when used will do? Located at Amy, Louisiana on Highway 51. For all your automated parts needs, contact 985-748-7195. Thrifttown Health Mart Pharmacy, serving the Amite area since 1969. Located at 512 North 2nd Street, call 985-748-8191 for all your pharmaceutical needs. Southwest Land Recovery, forestry, mulching, land clearing, driveways, and more. Please reach out to Mr. Jeff Shoemaker at 225-500-6359. Tangi Graphics, your one-stop sign and shirt shop. Please contact 985-748-8105 for all your graphic needs. Greensburg Family Pharmacy, where we discount everything but service. Patient care is always our priority. Please call 225-222-4279. DKM Physical Therapy, where therapy and integrity meet to get you back on your feet. They provide top-tier physical therapy services to all residents, fostering mobility and pain relief. Anthony's Roofing and Construction, embodying a legacy of craftsmanship, reliability, and innovation, creating structures that embody functionality and durability. Please contact them at 225-505-8094.
I'm here with Junior Kelsey Kaiser. How you doing tonight, Kelsey?
Good. How are you?
Well, look, it's a big game day at the Hive tonight. You got to win to get in.
Yeah.
Play the Columbia Cougars. Tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about the last time y'all played Columbia.
Well, we did good in the second quarter because we didn't do good in the first quarter, and then we gave it all up in the fourth quarter, and then they lost by 4, but we can beat them by 40.
All right, so look, I like the confidence. I mean, I think y'all are capable of credible things.
Thanks.
Look, you go to Park Lane, you beat them by 11, and then you come back and you lose by about 14. Am I right? So look, what were different in those two games?
Well, I think in the one there, everyone was just more excited to play, and then when they played here, everyone was tired.
All right, so look, for my final question, it's a win to get in game. You feeling good about the South State tournament if y'all win?
Yep.
All right,
We
appreciate
actually play Capaya, but
Kapai?
yeah.
Well, I'm in. I'm
All right.
ready. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of back-to-back interviews here. Got senior Leonard Brumfield. So it's senior night, Leonard. How you feeling about your last game at the Hive, excluding South State?
Yeah, I mean, it's just another game to me.
I know. You're not a big fan of the center of attention. Um, but look, how much has this program meant to you over the last couple of years you've been here?
I mean, I like it. I thought at first, I was a little shaky about coming over here, but I'm glad I did. I was with a family over here. I like it. I'm glad God gave me the opportunity to come play over here for us. I wish I would have came earlier.
Well, look, we love having you. We're gonna miss you, Leonard. But look, how you feeling about tonight's game? More importantly,
I mean, it's just another game. I'm ready for next week in state.
South State. So you got your. I'm glad you brought that up. You got your eyes big. So look, how you feel y'all gonna end up in South State, or y'all just taking more like one by one?
Yeah, one game at a time, but we want to win it all.
Yeah, look, it's your senior year. I know we're gunning for it. Appreciate your time, Leonard.
I appreciate that.
And the main event's here. We're here with Coach Curtis Mathern. How you doing tonight, Coach Curtis?
Doing fine, doing fine.
Look, I'm pumped. We're about a week out till South State. We have hoops tonight. Varsity girls and varsity boys with huge storylines following them. It's senior night.
Correct,
Look, it's a win to get in for the varsity girls.
correct.
Um, all over the place. It's just I feel like this gym's gonna be packed. I haven't really looked at it. Um, it's halftime to JV boys, and I saw it just about a couple of seconds ago, and
It's filling up.
it was filling up.
It's filling up.
But look, let me ask you, since it's senior night, what has Leonard Brumfield meant to this program over the last couple of years? I talked to him a little bit. He said he likes it here, and this is his home. He's got family here. Just tell me a little bit about everything he's done here.
So, like I said after our last game, this is always hard on coaches, senior nights and end of the season stuff. It's emotional because of what the seniors and the guys all do for you. We hang our hat on getting the most out of our guys, effort wise and in the classroom and things like that. Leonard Brumfield,
The intensity, like
yeah, listen,
when I think of Leonard, I think of his intensity and everything he does.
listen, he's our heart and soul. He has brought a certain level of confidence to this program that I think we were in dire need of. He brings a physicality every night where he's not backing down from anybody. He brings confidence to the guys like Garrett, Trey, Brennan, whoever's on the floor, Cole Jennings, Logan. They know that Leonard's got their back, and that means the world to him.
And I feel like he's one of the players that will go as far as he does in terms of, just like total effort. And, effort's nothing I've ever doubted with Leonard.
No.
He gives 100 miles an hour. And that's what you teach is if you're gonna make a mistake, do it at 1,000 miles an hour. And
Yeah.
Leonard's unreal.
Well, Leonard, he takes whatever role we give him. He's one of the most unselfish kids I've ever coached. Like he played, to me, one of the better games he played in his career here the other night. He only had 1 point. He didn't care at all whatsoever about scoring. I think it shows what type of young man Leonard is when we sub out and we got our babies in there, our eighth graders in there. Leonard's their biggest fan. He's just the ultimate teammate. He's tough and he's nasty and he's physical and he's strong, but he plays the right way. It don't matter. It don't matter who we tip off against. It don't matter who we line up against. With Leonard Brumfield in our locker room and the guys knowing that he's wearing the black and gold, we literally have the mindset that we can go in anywhere and beat anybody.
And I feel like you can because of that mindset, because of what Leonard brings. And, we can't talk about him enough. And I'm sure he hates it right now.
Yeah,
Sure
he's not like this at all. He's not.
Yeah, I know. I had to beg him to get on here. But look, that's the type of person he is.
And I can't say enough good things. I love coaching him. I've been blessed to be his coach. God, he's done so much for our program, but also me personally. I think we have that type of relationship where we're going to look up years and years and years down the road, and I'll be at his wedding, and he'll be at my son's birthday parties and things of that nature, just because of the young man and the characteristics that he has.
So, look, hats off to Leonard Brumfield. He's done great. But, look, you're 1 week out from South State.
Yeah.
And you've talked about in the locker room a lot. You said tonight's not about beating whoever.
Correct.
Tonight's about working on us.
Correct.
Is tonight about beating Columbia, Coach?
So, technically you have to. You have to beat Columbia. But you also have to do things in that to work on yourself. So when you get into South State and you get into state, and if you're blessed enough to get in the overall, you've cleaned those things up. So you're not making mistakes now, and then also in a few weeks. So, yeah, it's always about beating whoever's in front of you. But in order to do that, you have to do things within your system and within your personnel and everything schematically that puts you in the best position to do it. then in turn is working on yourself. You know, your closeouts have to stay crisp, and your on ball defense has to stay on point, and the box outs have to be extremely physical. And you got to take care of the ball, and you got to take good high percentage smart shots, and all of that stuff that every coach in the country preaches. We do things, and we have everything in our system to make sure that the guys are doing exactly that to beat Columbia, but not also beat ourselves in a few weeks, that we're not regretting working on things.
Well, look, um, you win 70-29 over Silliman. If you watched our pregame show, you talked about I'm gonna bribe you with Coupe de Ville chicken wings,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna threaten you with bear crawls.
correct.
Which one is it, Coach?
They got the Coupe de Ville chicken wings, you know, challenged them twice. First few minutes of the first few minutes of the third, they answered it. So, Coupe de Ville meat, if you're watching, I'm gonna be calling you in the morning. I'm gonna need a few hundred chicken wings. The guys answered the challenge, so we'll be eating chicken wings after practice tomorrow.
About 12 boneless set aside.
Yeah, no boneless, no boneless.
All right,
Take
well,
the kids menu.
appreciate you, Coach.
You,
Get one.
yep.
All right, and we're here with Mr. Do It All, Coach Trey Coxton. How you doing tonight, Coach Trey?
I'm good. I'm ready.
So look, me and Hammer talked a little bit about the JV girls to start the show. They're 18-1, 19-1 after picking up a 35-28 win. How did they play today? And how good have they been over the season?
Um, they played well in the first half. In the second half, I feel like we kind of was like, oh, we're winning. Let's take it easy type. But Columbia started battling back, and they held them off. I think if they had too much more time left on the clock, they could have tied it up and could have gave us a lot more trouble than what they did. But for the most part, the girls did all right. We do have some things to work on, like anybody does, you know.
I mean,
They keep battling and they keep putting in the work and getting better each and every week.
All right, so now let's move to the varsity girls.
Okay.
They got a win to get in game tonight. Is the motto is, I guess, around Jack Nation Network. So look, they got to play a good program.
Yep.
And that's what I feel like it's gonna help. If or when you get into the South State tournament, you got to play a good opponent tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna bring it, exactly as you said in the JV girls game.
Yep.
They're gonna they may be losing in the first half, but in that second half, you got to watch out because they're coming. They really do entitle never back down, and they never stop fighting.
Right.
Extremely well coached. How do y'all what do y'all say to the team before the game to just get ready and just know you got to take care of business tonight?
Honestly, this is the type game everybody wants to play.
There's so many
It's
storylines.
it's the game that you built the season for. Now it's here. It's do or die, pretty much. It's not our only way in, and it's not our only way out.
but it's the
we
only
win
way you
it, we're in
control
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So it's one of those things where the girls know. The girls have to prepare themselves, and as an athlete and as a player, you got to find that grit. You got to find that determination. And in our situation, we've got to stay composed.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people watch our game. It's our composure that gets us sometimes. We start freaking out over the simple things. If it's not going right, we freak out. But for the most part, if they stay under control, they stay composed, and they do their things they know how to do, I think we'll be fine. I definitely don't want to jinx us by any means, but for the most part, I have a good feeling, but those good feelings can go away pretty quickly.
well, me and Hammer are going to talk a little bit before the game on the stream where you check us out on Team One Sports. Just go to Louisiana and then should be the first stream to pop up. Should I slide that in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Look, so this key we've come out with a lot of varsity girls game,
Mhm.
and especially Saturday morning, which everybody knew was a late Friday night. You play a school rival.
Yep.
Really, really late night, honestly.
Especially stay for the boys game.
Correct. You gotta have your feet on fire.
Yep.
How you feel like that's gonna contribute to tonight's game with full focus on the win to get in?
Well, I mean, of all people, our schedule has not been easy at all.
Oh, it's tough.
Year
I think the
long,
record can
it's
lie
been-
some people.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
look, what are you? You are 13-10, and if you have a schedule like not playing 6A, you're probably a lot more games.
oh,
above
absolutely,
500.
absolutely. But the thing is,
And you hung in with a couple of 6A teams.
yeah, you have we had our blowouts, which those are the games where we learned a lot more than what we learned from the close games.
Yeah.
You learn you got to stay composed. You got to work harder each and every week. But in the long run, even a blowout gets you ready for games like this.
Yeah.
If you're blowing somebody out, you're not really gaining anything.
I mean, you're
So all these harder
wrestling
teams
the
that we've
fourth
played,
quarter. Yeah.
all these harder teams that we've played is getting us better and better and better. So I think the girls are ready. We had a decent day at practice yesterday. You can tell nerves are there. I mean,
Oh, I mean, as it should. It's the
Yeah, it
last.
should
It's
be.
the last game. At home.
Yep.
It's of course. I said, it's a win to get in. I talked to Coach Ritchie.
Yep.
He feels similar. I feel like we are capable
oh,
to
absolutely.
beat anybody
Yep.
and anywhere.
I mean, that showed we beat the
Two
number one
Park
seed.
Lane.
Yeah.
You went to Park Lane, beat them by 11, and that's with the rowdy student section.
Yeah.
And you just can't let that come back and happen now.
Right.
But look, I'll let you go after this one. No seniors tonight on senior night.
Mhm.
How young is this team, Coach Trey?
This team is extremely young. We have a freshman starting. We
Correct.
have. It's exciting. I mean,
It is.
basketball around here. We only have one on the boys team.
Correct.
So you look at our future as a whole. Next year is going to hurt losing Leonard. Of course, Leonard's a phenomenal kid, phenomenal player, but only having one senior entire program, not even a senior that comes off the bench.
And you had three
it-
last year.
Yeah.
Big losses. You had Addie,
Ellie and
Ellie,
Yeah.
and Jenna.
Yep.
So look, I'm excited to see the future of this young team
Yep.
with girls like Hallie and
then these
Inslee.
freshmen that are move up next year to help out. It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, I'm excited for next year.
I'm ready to see how this year plays out. Of course,
Yeah.
with a win tonight, like you said, we get in the South State. We're hosting the South State, and it's gonna be a fun end of the year.
All right, we'll get in tonight, Coach Trey.
Oh yes, sir. See y'all.
All right, and so now we're gonna have our Southeast Land Recovery landscape out this these two games, Hammer. So look, as we said multiple times in this show, so when to get in for the varsity girls. Let's get some predictions going about halfway through this JV boys fourth quarter.
I think our varsity girls are gonna win 55-36. Kelsey
Okay.
Kaiser, you interviewed, she's gonna have a 12-point game, 10 rebounds, double double. Strong predictions for me. But
You know, look,
excited.
I'm excited too. I think there's a lot of storylines going around this game. But look, so I feel like I'm feeling a good 15-point win tonight. Um, as Coach Trey said, there's some things they still need to work on. So maybe it gets down to 10 with a couple of things, but I'm hoping for a 10-point win. We're hoping for a 15-point win, expecting a 10-point win. Anything can happen. But best of luck to them. Now let's go on to the varsity boys tonight. Gonna have the Columbia Cougars, who you played last time. You won pretty well. About a week out from South State. What did they do tonight, Hammer?
Well, first we have to play with our feet on fire. And on defensively, you have to build a wall. Columbia's not a great 3-point shooting team, and they're slow. So we have to build a wall in the painted area. Don't let them get bunnies. So, that's what they hang their hat on. Trent Buckley, he's a freshman.
Extremely good player.
Yeah, played 2 quarters in a JV boys game and plays 4. So basically, like Jennings Kaluka on the boys team for us. So yeah,
Look, I'm expecting a win tonight. I just want to see us come out and play the right way, as Coach Curtis mentioned a lot. I'm extremely excited to see Leonard's last regular season game. Of course, it'd be a little bit more heartfelt if it was just a real, actual last game. But of course, you have at least one game for South State, and we're hoping 3. But you never know. Look, I'm excited to see both these teams play to close it out. We will be back for the first round of South State either Monday or Tuesday or whatever draw we get. Like to thank Luke Ray for helping out. Like to thank Luke Johnson for helping out. Of course, Cade, thank you for helping me out.
of course.
Thank y'all for watching. Let's go to the app now. Go ahead and shout out our app that we've worked on for this season. Yeah.
So you can look up the Jack and Nation Network app on both the Apple and Google Play stores. So the Jacket Pride app houses all of your Oak Forest athletics. It has a merchandise store, schedule, rosters. I mean, anything you need for Oak Forest athletics, it's on there, and it's free. That's the best part. It's free.
Look, and it's you said it perfectly. It's your one-stop shop for all athletic events. And that's all we have today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Cade Niehammer and Joseph Dex signing off.